Yes, the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines, Honorable Sara Z. Duterte.
Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum. Madayaw umayong buntag kaninyong tanan. Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. First off, I'd like to thank you for your invitation for me to join and participate in your event this morning. Gusto ko pong isingit ang aking pagpapasalamat sa inyong lahat, ang aming pagpapasalamat sa inyong lahat. Unang-una po, nagpapasalamat kami ni Pangulong Marcos sa tulong ninyo sa kampanya at eleksyon namin nung nakaraang May 2022 elections. At ang aming pong pamilya, ang pamilya Duterte ay nagpapasalamat sa inyong suporta sa 6 na taon sa administrasyon ni Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Thank you very much sa inyo, aming mga kababayan. Congratulations to the Philippine Chamber of Commerce and Industries, and may I express my admiration for your courage and commitment to the interests of the business sector and its contribution to the growth and development of the nation. The holding of this 48th Philippine Business Conference and Expo is a glowing proof of that courage and commitment. Efforts like these complement government's efforts to bring about growth and development across the country and benefit all sectors, especially the underprivileged and those lacking economic opportunities, access to livelihood, and employment. May I also point out the importance of the participation of everyone here, including our foreign visitors. It highlights our collective optimism for greater things to come for our country. As you may well know, in August this year, despite lingering fears and apprehensions by some sectors, the Department of Education took a bold step to open our school once again to in-person learning. We welcomed over 28 million children and youth into our schools who have suffered learning loss as a result of the school closures during the pandemic. As we speak, our schools are aggressively implementing their learning recovery programs. It is not enough to just bring them back to school. We also need to accelerate learning by conducting remedial and enrichment classes to avoid long-term damage to our future workforce's skills and productivity. As we transition to 5 days of face-to-face classes, mandatory 5 days face-to-face classes this November, we welcome the support of education stakeholders, parents, our local government units, civil society organizations, and private sector partners who have all contributed to strengthening our basic education system in the past years. These days, I am happy to share that the private sector has once again come to our aid. These are in the form of classroom building construction, teacher training, school grants, student competition and awards, including robotics and ICT talent competition, nutrition education, school supplies distribution, reading materials, school preparedness advocacy, security, and mental health resources. Under the leadership of our President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., we are committed to the goal for all Filipinos to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to a cohesive and productive nation. The government is aware of the poor performance of our schools in international educational assessments. We are now in the process of completing our review of the K-10 program and starting the review of the grades 11 to 12 program of the Department of Education. Recently, DepEd issued an mandatory Department Order 34, series of 2022, allowing private schools to offer blended learning modality and full distance learning options for their students. DepEd is cognizant of the current situation of private educational institutions due to the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. We allow them to recoup their investments in online learning technologies, the development and institutionalization of best practices in blended learning, and the unfortunate closure of small private schools. DepEd will leave the discussion on the learning modality to be implemented by private education institutions to the schools, the parents, guardians, and the learners. However, we hope that parents and guardians of private school learners would not miss the abundance of scientific studies available on the advantages of in-person classes over online learning. We have also just signed the First-Time Job Seekers Assistance Act, joint operational guidelines with the Department of Labor and Employment. The operational guidelines is a crucial step in the implementation of RA 11261, or the First-Time Job Seekers Assistance Act. We expect more first-time job seekers, especially our K-12 graduates, to be given the opportunity to process their pre-employment requirements immediately and cost-free. I will just insert a meeting that we had with the Commission on Higher Education with the problem of the Department of Education that our grade 12 graduates are not immediately employable and they are not hired by the labor sector. And this is a comment from Ched that there is a diploma mentality in our country. Na kailangan ba graduate ng 4 years ng college ang mga ini-employ ng ating industries. And the Department of Education is already working on how to make our grades 11 to 12 ready for work and are skill ready when they graduate from the K-12 program. Because the only mandatory education that is required is basic education, and that is kindergarten to grade 12. So we hope that when we are finished with our task of making sure that our graduates, our grade 12 graduates are ready, we hope to seek the support of your sector in making sure that our grade 12 graduates are hired and employed by the industries that you participate in. We are a nation comprised of young, able, and ambitious human resources. Each year, thousands of graduates join our workforce. Our goal is to facilitate job opportunities for them so that they can start to earn and contribute to their families, build their dreams, and grow into valuable assets for nation building. Our programs and plans for the next 8 years are laid out in our Basic Education Development Plan 2030. This is the first long-term plan for basic education in the country. The BEDP 2030 is also a promise that we will continue to find ways to improve basic education in terms of equity, quality, resiliency, and governance. I invite you to come sit with us during our education stakeholders convergence next month to uncover opportunities for collaboration and public-private partnerships. We look up to the transformational leadership from the business sector. There is a growing consumer consciousness to support businesses with a demonstrated commitment to sustainability and social impact. I hope this conference and Expo will bring to the table multiple options for collaboration and new and renewed investment opportunities in our country. With great optimism, we are ready for greater collaborations to achieve this administration's economic and social development goals. Once again, congratulations on the success of this event. Patuloy nating mahalin ang Pilipinas. Shukran.
Thank you so much for the wonderful and inspiring message, Vice President Sara Duterte. Once again, may I call on stage the Honorable Vice President Sara Duterte with PCCI President Mr. George Barcelon, 48th PDC Chairman Mr. Perry Ferrer, PCCI Chairman Dr. William S. Ko, and PCCI Honorary President and Director Mr. Cesar R. Ortiz Luis Jr. for a quick photo opportunity. May we call on the PCCI directors and officers on stage for a quick photo opportunity. PCCI directors and officers, please. PCCI directors and officers and the PBC organizing committee. We have the rest of the PBC organizing committee. Thank you very much. Next group, the PCCI North Luzon, South Luzon, and National Capital Region Regional Governors. Thank you. We now call on the next group, the PCCI Visayas and Mindanao Regional Governors. Thank you. Next, we have the PCCI spouses. Thank you very much. Now we have the PCCI spouses. Thank you very much, ladies. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our Vice President, Sara Z. Duterte.